Hey there guys, and welcome to my latest playthrough, and it's a game that I've been looking to get back in my possession for a long time, and a game I had great fun with growing up, and you couldn't believe how much I've wanted to play this game. Made by Level 5, who they made this game, and they've made some other big RPGs like Rogue Galaxy and Dragon Quest: Journey of the Cursed King on the PS2, and it's just a game. It was the first PlayStation 2 game that I was really anticipating, and it was really hyped up in the magazines. It was the first game after buying my PlayStation 2 that I was like, oh, I want to get this game. This is the kind of the first must-have game, and the title will come up shortly. You've just seen the main character, and they're the two main villains of the piece, the Dark Genia, and it is the absolutely wonderful Dark Cloud. And I can't really describe how much I love this game. It's one of my favourite all-time games for the PlayStation 2. Just have really great memories of this game, and finally I got it back, and it took me a while. I was really waiting to get this one back. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, I think subtitles are already on. I put vibration on as well, and this game, it took me a while to get it because it's not the dearest of games, like around about the 15-20 odd pound mark. It has been getting a little bit higher recently, I think, as it's getting rarer and getting snapped up. But I'm more of a family man these days, so like a lot of my money goes on my little girl, so I kept putting this game off even though it wasn't dear. Maybe I should do a dramatic voice for this. A book was found in some old ruins. All the scholars who decoded it puzzled over the mystery of the book. A world with two moons illuminating the sky. The many dazzling adventures of a young boy. But whether or not this is a true story, do you believe in the story woven in this book? Maybe it's a fantasy that existed only in a boy's heart. Let me tell you this story this ancient book tells of. A magical, a magnificent fairy tale. And the hero of this wondrous tale, whose name is... Now, like most of my Let's Plays I'll probably do, I'm just going to keep it boring, and I'm going to keep the original name of the heroes and things like that, rather than just add some silly names, because it might give a little bit of comedy value for a bit, but I think it'll wear thin after a while. So I'm just going to stick with Tone. The Dark Shrine. And what looks like a dark ceremony happening. And some priestess looking woman. They're doing some kind of ceremonial dance. Looks like you might have eaten a few of those dancers as well. You have some problems. Not enough Happy Meals. Who's this guy? Eavesdropping. That guy looks like an evil military general. An evil Colonel Mustard. the movement looks pretty cool, so I'm guessing that was motion capture for this dance, because it looks pretty good for those days. The movement looks pretty fluid. Shake the booty, shake the booty. I express my love for Evil Doing in the form of modern dance. Bit of backstory. Yeah, it's always a good idea to wake up something like that. You'll see. Maybe you should have spent a bit of money on an Oz job. That's a magnificent conch you've got. What's happening? Just when you thought they couldn't get anyone bigger than that guy in the purple, in the pink little outfit. He's that big, he's wearing a muumuu. Large and in charge. Well, he seems proud of his weight. He's just in Solid Snake. Yeah, it was like a big meal. He ain't going small portions. Just to let you know, leave you no doubt as this guy's evil. He eats people who wear muumuus. And he's got cat's eyes. Oh yeah, nice drum beat going on. The movement gets a little bit worse there with that running. She's got some kind of lower back problem. Come on, the all night rave starting. Forget that, I'm drinking my milk out of a bowl. Come on, you'll never get to second base if you don't keep a schedule, Tom. Put on his T-Corse. that, he was wearing skinny jeans before they became cool. And rocking that poncho as well. More dancing. It's like the butthurt dance. The wrestling dance. My head's too heavy for my body dance. Only thing is, who's playing the drums? The two moons are in alignment. Soon the naked dancing will start. Oh well. There's always some evil mastermind to come and spoil a party. With their radioactive belly button. Wide mouth. That reminds me a little bit of that film. I forgot what that film's called. Ichi the Killer, where he has a mouth like that when he takes the rings out of the corners of his mouth. Cliffhanger ending. Oh, that's the end of the game. Thanks for coming, everybody. It's time to go on to the next Let's Play. That was a quick one. He's in the Black Abyss. Even there's not free of plumbing problems. Hey, listen! If I might as well drop that in, since this is always thought of as a Link clone. You telling me? Just got crushed by a water tower or whatever it were. Some bad stuff, but what do you want us to do about it? These damn Easterners. That's where we come in, I suppose. Please bless us with power. Got a glove gem. At Lamilia. That's one of the main points of the game. Yep, that's what remains of his village. There you go, that's one of the main points of the game. You gotta go around releasing parts of your lost villages, and then you go on to different towns. There you go, little flower butterflies. So just to show there that hope still remains. And even though I saw his village dashed to pieces, you know, he can still bring everything back. And there's still one building, that's the mayor's building, you can see that part. Some lovely kind of western sounding music, like from a Wild West game or something, which just fits right in with the dusty looking plains that you start in. This is the village. That there is an exit, that's where you go once you go to the different towns, once you've completed restoring Tone's village. That's the cave, because this game basically, it's like a dungeon crawler, which is a random generated dungeon, randomly generated levels, and you gotta go through them all, and you find these things that he said, the Atla, which contain pieces of the village, and they're kind of like little toy capsules, giant toy capsules, and you pop them open, and it goes into your gem. Then you go on to a zoom out mode, which I don't know if I can do yet. I don't think we can do it yet. Oh, how do you get out of first person mode? I don't know, you get out of first person mode now? Oh, there we go. And yeah, so basically you pop them open and then restore the village bit by bit. And when he says to make a world even better than before, you can some of the villagers like stuff like living near a river or things like that, so you can put the happiness of the village up to 100%. You can make the village better than it originally was, and everyone in the village more happy. And I think you get bonuses, you get bonus items for each village you do that with. Nope. We also had a mega hallucination. I met a fairy king. Well, there's not what you can do because we're the hero, Buster. So it's up to us to save the day. So you gotta go and get help from the Guardian of Nolan Village, who's a beast called Dran. And that's the guy, that's the thing that you saw Tone riding on at the beginning. That kind of fluffy lion slash dragon. And that's in the Divine Beast Cave that I showed you. That's the dungeon. The first one we're going to be exploring. Yep, there's loads of monsters in there. And it wouldn't be an RPG without monsters to fight, would it? So now we've got the key, otherwise we won't be going anywhere. That's why you got to go and visit this guy first. And I think he gives you a few items to send you on your way with. And again, some lovely music. That's why I've still got great memories of this game. And that's a spiky bug, prickly. That's to do with fishing, because later on when we get there's a pond. Once we find that in the cave, and you can go fishing in that pond. So that's a nice little side mission kind of thing to do, where you can go fishing and get records for your weight and stuff like that and size. Yep, so he's the only guy who remains in the village. Somehow his building didn't get destroyed. Or maybe the Fairy King just shielded it, I don't know. And it actually helps, the more stuff you put down, it doesn't just leave you with a warm fuzzy feeling inside. Usually you find little chests outside everybody's houses once you've restored them. Or the more that you restore, the more items that you gain. And it also has time, like in Legends of Zelda, time moves along. And because I think there is some kind of art, some of the events that unfold in the game are, you got to be there at a specific time. So that's what that little clock is there as well. Because I think there's like morning, midday, afternoon, and then there's night time. So, but yeah, it's just a good game and a really sweet game as well, and family friendly too. See there, we've got tasty water, because you get thirsty while you're in the dungeon as well, and that recovers your health. The bread, repair powder, it repairs your weapon. Escape powder is if you're having trouble, it's kind of like escape rope in Pokemon. And an antidote drink will get rid of poison. So we'll go ahead and use the key, and we can go into the dungeon. And I'll just do a little bit of this, and I'll probably have to apologise because I might be a bit rusty on this because it's been a while since I played it. And we've got some Mexicana type Latin music. So I'll just show you what it's all about basically. I think you get a tutorial anyway on the fighting side of things. That's why he's come. Yeah, let us at the monsters. Here I'm doing Y2J pause. Well, lair doesn't sound good. Lair is not usually something that you give to somebody who's good. To advance to the next floor in the dungeon, acquire a gate key for the door leading to the next floor. And that's usually on a random enemy, so basically just keep defeating enemies until you find the gate key. Mind Connect. Use the Force Stone. Yep. So they kind of cock block your escape route. Now it'll just tell you about the weapons, because you can upgrade them as well. They are breakable, so it'll tell you that the more you use it, you'll get worn down and finally breaks, and they'll disappear from your inventory. The only one that doesn't is the weapon that you start with, and it'll just be less useful, but it doesn't disappear. But all the ones after that will disappear. So your weapon's got weapon HP, and that's what you use the repair powders for. And your weapons get experience points, I think, as well. And they can upgrade, sort of like they evolve, like Pokemon. So the first thing that you've got is the dagger, which, like I said, that never breaks. Yep, so that's what it is. Like I said, it looks like a little toy capsule, but bigger. And you just break it open. And there's more stuff when you get onto it, like in the dungeon. Later on, you get new members, and they provide the key to getting further on in dungeons and things. Because there is a way you lock onto enemies. It doesn't actually give you a farting technique. Plus later on you can get items that put up how he's got 3 drops of water. That's basically his thirst level. Later on you get more. Let's see, there's a skull there. There's another thing there. And I forget how you lock on now. Oh. There is a way of locking on, but I can't seem to remember what it is. Which, as soon as I remember that, it'll be a lot easier. But there's our first Atla. Let's see what we've got. A road. So that's just some pieces of road. I think you get more and more of them. And got some standing powder. I'll have to find out what that is in a little bit. There's some more of those things. We have to find out what the we got rid of the bats. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find out pretty quickly what the lock on is, because we're pretty low on health. Macho, that's a character. On those are to go to a back area that's a little bit more. We're gonna have to use that poison thing. There we go, that's how you use it. You just put it over the character and we'll restore health, because we're quite low now. So yeah, there is a way, but for some reason it doesn't seem to be doing anything. I was using all the shoulder buttons that I thought it might be, and none of them seem to be locking on. So I'll have to find out what the lock-on button is. Oh, there we go. What's the button though for blocking? See what I mean? I'm really rusty at this game. I've found out what lock on is, but again, no kind of so that's a little bit better. We can evade a bit, but I'll have to find out what block is. Those have gone down, so that's a bit better. Learning how to fight a little bit more now. Tram oil, that's for that little carriage you saw, like a railway carriage. And that just leads to like, it's a bonus area basically. And you get some neat items from it, like weapons and things. But it does take you... it's a bit of a risk because the enemies are a lot tougher. So this is an area as well just to replenish your thirst without having to use your bottles of water. So at the moment I'm not doing too badly. I've got a couple of things. I've got a person and I've just got a road and that's about it. I haven't got any houses yet though. So we're going to run along to the next bit and see later on as I become more capable and things like that, these will be more of a cakewalk. At the minute, while I was still quite weak, things aren't as easy. But there is a way to block, I know that, and once I've learned that, the fights will go along a lot easier as well. Or well, we need the evade, whatever the evade button is. I don't know if you have block, I think it's just evade. These ones aren't too bad, these enemies. If you do your timing okay, it's not too bad. So we've just kicked their butt. We've got an item over here. Later on you get mimics that pretend to be chests and the monsters, and they're quite tough as well actually, so you got to watch out for those. But usually you kind of get to spot them. They look a bit different than normal chests, but I think they give you good items if you beat them, so usually I used to just activate them anyway just to beat them. Plus there was a little off chance of it being of them holding the key as well. I think they could hold the key to the next dungeon. Now this one looks a bit suspect. I don't think they appear early on. That's the map, and just shows you how much left you've got left to explore, which this isn't a lot. Let's just go ahead and open this. I'll do this first part of the dungeon and then I'll leave the video at that. There we've got Macho's house now, and Macho. I don't have to worry, that guy's in there. So we've got to go ahead and use our repair powder. On that, that's the weapon we've got. I'll just show you the dagger. Later on, you can customize it with gems. You can put gems and stones in there to up stats or add an element to your attack. So we've got. I'll try and draw this guy out. Come on, Dasher, with your big microphone. We don't fancy an interview today, fella. So the ABS is full. That means that you can level it up, but you're better off when you're better off though finding some gems before you do level up and adding them to your weapon before you level up, because that way you can permanently keep the attributes. Like say you it puts your attack up, that permanently puts the attack up, and then you can put another 2 stones on. The stones kind of like fuse, I think, with your weapon upon leveling up. So we've got some river, we've got some roads, and we've got a house. We've got our first house, the Macho's house. That's like the kind of buff guy that you saw dancing. And he's got a brother as well, who I don't know if he lives with him or not. they're known as the Macho Brothers. One of them's a bit bigger than the other. It's like the big buff guy that you saw dancing. That's Macho, I think. His brother's called something different, slightly different. But here we go. That's the key to the next level. I'm running low on water, so I might just beat a hasty retreat after this. And I think it's the big ones like that that can be mimics. It's these ones that can be the mimics. This is where you gotta guess. Go with poison. If you get out of the way though, there we go. We've opened it up. And a little bit like Link there, and we get another sword, and that's a Gladius. So we've got the kind of Roman gladiator sword. Go ahead and have a drink. Yeah, I think the fishing and stuff comes in handy for you sell the fish on and things like that, and you get other things to sell, and that's how you can buy all your equipment that you're gonna need while you're traveling. But now I can mind meld with that Fairy King and go ahead. I'm gonna save the tram oil. I won't use it yet to go to a back area until I'm a little bit stronger. But we have also got now that weapon that's just a tiny bit stronger than what we had, and it's got a holy attribute to it, that one as well, so it'll work against dark enemies a lot better. But that's all I got time for on this video. I'm going to leave it now before it gets way too long, and I'll just say thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.